think we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Westminster. We're outside Parliament. As usual, I'm clearly basically living in Westminster these days, outside a Red Lion pub. We come to you guys with another breaking news live stream. I'm trying not to get hit by cars. Look at the chaos. Okay, welcome to everybody to the live chat. We're going to wait for everybody else to join the live stream as well. We've got some new update in terms of the upcoming Tory leadership election. I am so scared for my life right now here. And also some update from Nigel Farage. The Farage of Nigel is signalling a call for a new united right-wing party, which again has raised the eyebrows of everybody. There we go, we have now crossed the road. We have successfully crossed the road. So everybody's frustrated. People who was until now seeing the Conservative Party as inevitably the main platform for centre-right politics, they've all given up. They've had a number of Tory members defecting to Reform UK and Richard Tyson's party, and now we have there have been a number of others, including the new deputy leader of UKIP, who has been going around trying to unify other smaller right-wing parties, unsuccessfully so far, because in this game everybody has their own ego, everybody has their own differences, and nobody unites. And you wonder why we can't get anything done. But now Nigel Farage has basically said he's received a lot of requests so that he could come back to frontline politics, but he said in a video on Twitter just now that he can't do it alone. And he basically has signaled that we need and he needs a number of household names, big brands, big experienced politicos to get together as a team to counter the current Conservative Party, because as Nigel Farage himself said, regardless of which candidate wins this leadership election, they're all basically going with the consensus, the globalist agenda, the big government centralisation, and it's liberal conservatism, of course, right now as a consensus. Now, for those who want slightly more economic liberalism, free market capitalism, and cultural conservatism back into Britain, they are basically talking about, well, we need to get someone like Nigel Farage to rally the troops, and he's now basically saying, as I said, because he can't do it alone, he wants to probably create a situation like the Brexit Party days. Remember the Brexit Party? You had UKIP before all that, and UKIP did its job, you know, to push for the referendum, and David Cameron was forced to introduce the EU referendum. But the Brexit Party was a whole different monster, because they brought in big names from different wings of the political spectrum who all had one thing in common, to fight for Britain and British sovereignty and British democracy. So you had people like Richard Tice, but you also had Claire Fox. You had a number of big names came from the business world, the media world, the political world, and so he basically signaled in this video, Nigel Farage earlier, that that's the only way you could do it. That's the only way you could counter not just the Tory party, but other political parties. Now we're in Westminster. We are with the usual crowd. First we have Benjamin Loughnane. I want to get his views on Nigel Farage calling for a united alternative party. So it's interesting because he's technically still part of Reform, right? At least honorary president or something. But he didn't promote people to use Reform UK as the main platform to defeat the Tories.
No, it was a bit of a placeholder. I think that you need to find the time. Politics is all about timing. And when the time is right, you need a united front against what the current thing is. You need a real opposition, something from the right. Because at the moment Labour offers no real opposition, they're a bit limp, they've got a terrible leader, and no one wants to be in government. So there's a real vacuum for a third party. There's never been a better time. However, I think there was more of a case for it last night before Liz went, when she was clinging on to power, when she was refusing to go. And I think now, you know, that she's gone, we might get Boris back. And now, look, I'm no great fan of Boris, but certainly the case for a third party will be reduced if he's in power. So I think they're going to go for a very quick, swift boronation, as I'm calling it, rather than a coronation, where they just bring him back, get him into the job. And as I said last night on the stream, he'll lean over the lectern and say, "Did you miss me?"
Exactly. I mean, I would support any candidate that would sack Jeremy Hunt. Are you with me?
Oh, well, his days are numbered. I think, you know, as soon as the coup happened, bringing Hunt in and putting Grant Shapps in the space of Suella Braverman, I think quite a lot of people went, well, this is it for Liz. She can't even replace her cabinet ministers with decent people, and she's putting in these, you know, basically globalists, let's face it, who don't represent the country, who won't support Brexit, who are, you know, willing to scrap Brexit. People realise that all of the things that they voted for in 2019 are no longer safe, they're no longer guaranteed, but also beyond that, they actually don't have the mandate anymore. They're not going to protect the manifesto. They're not going to deliver on what they were elected to deliver. So it was time to go. I'm glad Liz chose this moment to resign.
It is interesting, and we've had the letters who's now beaten Liz Truss and has been celebrating. It's, to be fair, a lot of people have been saying for a long time, we need to change the system, reform the model. We've already changed it. We are now doing monthly prime ministers.
Well, I was just saying over there, someone said maybe we could make the Letters prime minister. I said, well, don't think too quickly. We don't know whether it voted Leave or Remain, so we need to know.
That was good and bad at the same time.
And I'm resigning. I'm resigning.
We require. He's now. Yeah, he's sacked now. We require more commentators who want to tell us if it's time for Boris to return. Is it time for Boris to return?
Well, what I think the Conservative Party is looking for is a unity candidate. I think the problem is that they're conflating unity with perfection. Everyone will always have a reason to oppose any given candidate because no human being is perfect, no candidate is perfect. We need to make sure that we have a critical mass decided this week behind someone, and whoever it is, despite their flaws, they get behind them. You've already had some petulant people already say things like, if Boris becomes Prime Minister again, I will stand out from Parliament while defect. It's pathetic. And the same is true of anyone criticising or trying to strengthen with any other candidate. What's really important is that if you take part in the game, in the choice of the leader, then you abide by the rules of the game and you accept whoever that leader is. So let's put the childless aside, and if the MPs and the members choose Boris, get behind him.
Wow, that was from a party loyalist as well. We had the super chat. Where is it gone? We missed the super chat. That was David. Thank you so much for your support. Yes, let's go to another favourite. We've got James Hamlin with us. It was what did they call the Brexit, the reborn Brexiteers, reborn Brexiteer basically. Voted Remain, changed his mind, accepted the result of the referendum, is now believing in freedom. What is happening in Westminster? You've been around for a while. What do you think? Is the country going down?
Well, I mean, I think that it's really important that Liz has decided to resign. I really respect that decision. It must have been really difficult for her. I think the most important thing is that we unite around a new leader as quickly as possible, because I think everyone wants stability. I think that's what everyone is kind of focused on right now. And it's, you know, we're at a stage where we're facing some serious challenges in this country, and so we can't afford a long contest. I think we've got to unite around the new leader and deliver on the on you know what the British people elected the Conservatives to do. So.
Brilliant. Well, this was the voice of the Westminster bubble, everybody, and then we have all the whole cabal in outside Parliament with us today. And again, we have to wait and see how it goes. Let's have a look at the live chat as well for a second. People are saying Nigel for Prime Minister, new leader in time for Halloween. Yeah, I really hope they don't do that. What Liz was planning to do. They do another budget announcement on Halloween. That was going to be a bit freaky. But this is where we are. We have a bystander. Volunteer beyond the country. Oh no.
I'm just here for Letters Just cause.
He's here for the bands. Okay. And more people are saying Reform UK. Bobby 66 saying no Boris. Ash saying yes Boris. So everybody's divided, just like the country. So we have pro Boris people, we've got anti Boris people, we've got pro Nigel, anti Nigel, we've got pro Reform, we've got some SDP people in the live chat as well. Again, we don't know where we're going. Clearly we are doing a monthly prime minister in this country. I wonder what we're going to have in December. Maybe Ben Wallace and maybe Larry the Cat. But I'm going to be in Westminster throughout the rest of the day and keep you guys posted on any breaking news stories. We're going to bring it to you first before the mainstream media. So subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi and we are the media.